All right, we got to check out this viral video exposing Elon Musk, and then I'll pull in a state representative to help us break down the issue even further. But watch this.
Earlier today, an account on X posted, "It's time to impeach activist judges," and then quoted Elon Musk saying, "We must impeach judges who are grossly undermining the will of the people and destroying America. It's the only way." And Elon Musk retweeted that and said it must be done. And one example of him trying to enact this is what's going on in Delaware with SB 21. Now, if you were to listen to the governor of Delaware, you'd think that it's a good thing.
Hi, Delaware. Governor Matt Meyer here. Today, Delaware faces a critical moment. The future of our schools, our communities, and the everyday lives of our residents depends heavily on passing Senate Bill 21. I know there's so much misinformation out there coming from across the country and on social media, but here is more.
Keep in mind, what he just said there is absolutely false, and he's lying. Sometimes we forget this, but politics really begins at the local level. So let's expose what's going on locally in Delaware. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you drop some blue hearts to help boost this video, and let's continue.
More misinformation. That's what he should have said next. Instead, he brought up misinformation on social media and then looked at the people of Delaware, or he looked into the potato he must have been recording that video on based on the quality, and had the audacity to say misinformation bad, but here's a bunch of misinformation. He claims that SB 21 is protecting the people of Delaware. But if you look at opinion pieces like this one in the Delaware Business Times, it paints a very different picture. It says in part, Delaware lawmakers recently rushed out proposed changes to the state's time-tested corporate law, claiming that the risk that companies will leave Delaware demands an urgent vote this month. We now know that the bill SB 21 was written by Elon Musk's lawyers. Like literally, Tesla's law firm drafts Delaware bill that could salvage Musk's pay package. But first, a little background if you're not aware. Delaware corporate law has basically been the envy of the world forever. It's some of the best corporate law there is. It's the reason that Delaware boasts 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies being incorporated in Delaware. The vast majority of those companies don't operate in Delaware, so they don't pay income tax. Instead, they pay a franchise fee to use the state's corporate law. Last year, Delaware collected $1.3 billion in franchise fees. Now, there's this claim that if corporate law doesn't change, all of these companies are going to leave Delaware, that there's already a mass exodus, that they're not going to put up with this and pay this $250K. They painted a picture as if there's already this urgent problem. So the guy who wrote this opinion piece looked into it and wanted to see how many companies left Delaware and incorporated elsewhere last year. 8. The answer is 8. A whopping 8 companies unincorporated from Delaware last year. And while 8 left last year, the number of Delaware registered companies grew by over 275,000.
Just wait, it gets crazier.
Business is better than ever. So why do they want to change this? More specifically, why does Elon Musk want to see a change? Because a female chief judge of the Delaware trial courts ruled against his $56 billion pay package. That's why. A judge he went on to call a radical far-left activist cosplaying as a judge. Does that language sound familiar at all? And then, while talking to Business Insider, Delaware's governor admitted that they want to, quote, get this right for Elon Musk, which doesn't sound like it's about benefiting the people of Delaware. And this would affect a lot more than just the people of Delaware. While this benefits billionaires like Elon Musk, it would have negative impact on millions of Americans' investments and retirement savings. The Senate's supposed to have a vote on this March 13th, today. The House is supposed to vote on it March 20th. This is being rushed through. So what can you do if you live in Delaware especially? Contact your legislators. Tell them you're not okay with this and you don't want SB 21. If you live outside of Delaware, you can contact them too. They start fearing that on a national level, this is going to bring them bad press. They are going to step back from this. This is not good, and you need to make your voice be heard.
All right, now let's chat with a representative in Delaware about this exact issue, and she can give us a little bit more insight into what's going on within the state. Again, make sure to stick around until the end to check out the damage that Elon Musk is doing. I am joined today by Delaware State Representative Wilson Anton. How are you doing today?
Can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I want to chat to you about SB 21, which is on the minds of everybody in Delaware and represents a broader struggle between tech oligarchs and the working class. So can you talk really quickly about who's behind the push of SB 21 and what their ultimate goal is?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I've actually been kind of asking the same question myself. We know through news reports and different meetings that we've had that folks that represent Tesla, Musk, people that work with Zuckerberg at Meta, but then also this like unknown number of other companies that aren't just tech oligarchs want this bill. And I've asked for specifics on who, what types of companies, still haven't gotten them. It's been almost 2 months now. So all I can say is what I've seen publicly, which is that this bill will benefit financially Elon Musk. It'll benefit Zuckerberg. And, I feel like that's a problem. So
it's funny because Elon Musk is always the one demanding more government oversight, yet he's the one doing stuff behind closed doors. We don't even know who's behind this bill other than the fact that he's vaguely behind it. But if Zuckerberg and Elon are both behind it, how do you see this fight fitting into the larger battle against corporate power and oligarchy within America?
Yeah, so I've been following this for some time now, and one of the things that I noticed last year was because Elon lost this court case having to do with his compensation package, he went on a tirade on X, Twitter, and basically was just saying that the reason he lost is because the courts in Delaware are run by woke activist judges. And now the whole world gets to see, him pull the same thing, right? Where he's like, the courts are unfair and we should impeach judges just because he doesn't get his way. It's the same exact playbook.
They're doing this on a national stage now. Now the president is repeating this language. Even Justice Roberts had to come out and say, we don't talk about judges like that. We impeach judges with due process. But why do you think Elon Musk is targeting judges and courts in Delaware in particular? You talked about this court case from a year ago, but is Delaware uniquely friendly to billionaires?
What I'll say is we're known for our Court of Chancery, which is an institution that's been in our state, but also it's like historically old here in the country as well. That has a lot of precedent for business matters. So we're the home to over 2 million corporate entities. Of those 2 million, we have like 2/3 or so of Fortune 500 companies here, and they come here not just because it's like this like offshore type state. People often talk about it like that. It's because of our court. It's because they know that they're going to get a fair shake when they come to our court. It's going to be quick. It's going to be efficient. So it's kind of funny when someone like Elon says that it's like this like bastion of like woke leftism. It's really not. It's just that whenever they don't get their way, they're upset about it. With this compensation package, which was over $50 billion with Tesla, some of the like facts of the case, when he was under oath, he basically admitted that it wasn't a fair negotiation because he said that he had to negotiate against himself. And so like this, we're not even talking about a case that's like normal. Like it's so obviously unjust, the compensation package. And the judge just was like, look, we have rules here. You didn't follow them. You don't get to keep your money. And like we're seeing on the national stage, when billionaires don't get their way, they throw a temper tantrum, but they have the power and the resources to actually write laws to undo these decisions. And that's pretty terrifying.
Incredibly terrifying. So you need 14 members to vote no, or to not vote or be absent to block SB 21, correct?
Yes.
What's the strategy right now? So what's the strategy right now to make that happen?
I've just been trying to get as much information as I can and share that information with my colleagues. We've had lots of meetings over the past few weeks about the ins and outs of the bill. We've also talked about ways that we can try to tinker with it so that it's speaking to some of the concerns that we've heard from the business community without totally undermining our Court of Chancery. And we'll see if the sponsors of the bill are open to that. In the conversations that I've had, it seems like these companies are not interested in compromise. They want their way and they're prepared to just hold their ground.
Thank you so much for joining me, Representative Wilson Anton. If there's anyone from Delaware in the comments, let us know. Let us know how you feel about this. Your voice should be heard. And we'll chat again soon.
Thanks. Have a good one.